All right, cool. So now what we're going to do is to create our character. So let's go into our model mode and let's go right here and click on the plus. Get that in its own little section. And let's just zoom in a little bit. Awesome. Let's make sure we can start adding in things. So for me, you'll notice that I have my grid mode activated. If yours isn't already activated, all you have to do is go to the bottom left right here and make sure that your grid is activated. Okay. So what we're going to do is just to scroll in a lot with your mouse. And first thing I want to do is to create glasses. So to do that, I want to look for a nice blue color on our palette. So let's find an empty area and create a blue for ourselves. So I think that works perfectly. And I want to make a square. Next thing we want to do is to get the color black, and with the black we're actually going to create the frame for the glasses. So let's go here and get ourselves a black. It doesn't have to be fully black. You can have a little bit of lightness to it if you like. Just draw that around. And that's looking really good. Let's give it one more. Get our blue. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get our black again. And that's perfect. So that right there is exactly what we want. Now what we want to do is to actually get these glasses to hover in the middle of this voxel. Okay, so what we're going to do is just to scroll in, make sure that you're able to see the side of the glasses. Go over here where all your tools are and click on this one. This is your transform. We're going to click there, and now we'll be able to move this. So let's just get this somewhere in the middle of the room. Just like that. Now what we want to do is let's go behind these glasses. And we're going to look for a skin color that we can work with. Okay, so what we're going to do is to go on Google, skin color. And the reason why we're looking up HSV, because if you notice here, our palette is HSV, so make things a little bit easier. Let's go to images. And here goes some of the skin colors we can work with. So I like this one right here. This is pretty nice. So just go to here, pick your color. We got it. Go back, copy the clipboard. Just put it in any address bar. Delete what we don't need. Copy. And we'll paste it in. Oh, so that was an accident, but this is a good thing to learn, is whatever you put into this, into whatever is already highlighted, it will actually change your color. So always make sure to add it into an empty palette. Okay, so Command Z or Control Z, new palette. And there we go. Now what you want to do is make sure you're on your box mode. Attach. We're just going to drag this whole thing in. So if we go to the front of it, now you can kind of see it's a person. Let's go to here on our face mode and go on top. And just click once. Let's go under. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 voxels, right? I think what we want to do is to get 8. So 1, 2, 3, that's perfect. Now we want to actually create more of a head, make it a little bit thicker. So let's add in 3 more to make it 4. 1, 2, 3. And this is looking really nice. Now let's go back to our box mode and let's give this a nose. So just like that. Let's do it one more time to make the nose really stick out. And that's looking really nice. Next thing we're going to do is to start creating our shirt and our pants, okay? Okay, so now let's create the shirt. So what we're going to do is to just go under, so we can see under it, something like that. Now let's get a empty one and let's look for a purple. Something like that will work. So what we want to do is let's go right here, make sure you're on box mode and make sure you're still on attach, okay? So we want to give enough space for the head. So what we're going to do is just to put the shirt starting from here to here. So then we have a whole line of voxels that has nothing there. So we'll do like this. Just drag it. You should be able to drag just like that. As long as you keep your finger on the mouse and just push it just like that. Awesome. Now we're going to do this part from here to here. So what you'll notice is I want to create my shoulders. This right here is actually my shoulders on the side, and this will be the torso. So we're going to add a little more, let's say 3 more. So just get your face mode. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Now we're going to create our arms. So this is the skin color. All you have to do is to go back to where the skin is. We're going to go to the side and just click and bring that down. Same on the other side. Awesome. Now we're going to create our pants. So I want something dark. Let's open a new one and let's get black. Okay. Let's go back to our box mode. And we'll do that one more time. Awesome. And I kind of want to change the color. So since we're still on this highlight, as we change our color here, it's going to affect this. I'm just choosing something that I would like to do, but you can do you can do something completely different if you like. I like that right there. Just go right under it. Now it's getting a little harder to see, so I'm gonna bring in some of that light just for now. Awesome. Now we're able to see it a little bit easier. We're going to create the bottom part of our pants where our leg will be. So we're just going to do that and do this right there. Next, let's go back to our skin tone. Add that there and there. Now what we want to do is to create some socks. So let's go for some white socks. Open one and let's get the color white. Put it right there and right there. Now, this time we're going to create shoes. So let's open a new one. And I like the purple color shirt we have. So I want to have something that kind of matches that purple color. So we're going to go for some purple shoes. But I'm thinking I want the shoes to be a little darker than the shirt. So let's go for our purple. And that works. And to complete these shoes, all we need to do is to give them a tip. And just like that, we created our shirt, our pants, legs, socks, shoe, and arms, as well as our shoulder. Next, we're going to create the hair as well as add a backpack to our character. All right, so now we can create the hair. So okay, so we're going to open a free one, and I'm thinking I want to use a darker tone brown hair. Okay, so let's go to our H, and we'll be between the red and the orange to get us that dark. Go to S, and now as I'm moving through it, you can see that in our V we created brown. So I want to go for darker brown. Something like that could work. Now we're going to go here on our face mode, and we're just going to click it in. We got some hair, but I want to do a little bit more. Okay, this is actually perfectly fine. This is really nice hair, but I want to go a little more, make it a little more unique. Okay, so I want to create some locks for this hair. So what we're going to do is to get our box mode, and we're going to put a box right there. Box right there, kind of like we have some horns. Go under it a little bit. Go box. Another box right in front of it, and just like that. We're gonna do that all around. But we don't want them all to be the exact same. So just switch it up a little bit. Have some fun with this. So for the most part, I'm being pretty random with it. I don't want everything to look exactly the same. Now for the back of the head, I kind of kept it consistent, but that's only for the back. I wanted that to be more the same, but for everything else, kind of want to be a little more wild, not have them all the same way. So that's looking pretty nice to me. Let's feel like these might be a little far. So that's looking pretty nice to me. Now I want to go on top and give it a little bit of random voxels. Maybe add one right here. Go under a little bit. Make this one a little longer. Maybe even have it go over the glasses. Really, I'm just kind of freestyling it, seeing how I can make this look the best. Just erasing some that I feel like I might have done too much to. Something like that seems pretty nice. Now what we're going to do is to go behind our character and create a backpack. Okay, so let's open a free one and let's get the color black just to give us the top of the backpack. We're going to go from here to here. Let's create another color, and I want to give him a blue dark backpack. So then we can do this from here and push it down. And just like that, we create a backpack. And on to the shorts. I do want to make them dark again. So let's find our pick voxel color, which is basically the eyedropper tool. Click on it, and there it is right there. Let's just make this darker. It's looking a lot better to me. All right, so now I want to clean up my character a little bit more. I want to mess with the hair as well as the face structure just to get it looking a little bit better. Okay, so let's go into the hair. And I'm not really liking this right here, so I want to shorten it up. Let's just erase some of that. And then attach. Make sure we're on the hair color itself. There we go. And let's just go straight from there. Just like that. I want to go to the back, try to fill this in a little bit, just like that. As well as here. Fill that in. Maybe not that, but this right here is fine. Let's see. Nope. So that works. Keep it the same. And yep, that's pretty much it for the hair. Very simple. Just thought that part could be shortened a little bit. Now what we're going to do is to mess with the facial structure. So if we look at the character, it kind of reminds me of SpongeBob SquarePants, you know, just the very box-like appearance. So what I want to do is to kind of give it somewhat of a chin. So what we're going to do is make sure you're still on box, and let's go to erase. We're going to erase everyone here. And then we're going to do the same thing there. And just like that, looking a lot less boxy. Next thing I want to do is I'm looking at the arms, and I think they're a little short, so we're going to go back to attach, make sure we're still on the skin color, and we're going to just attach one more set on each side. Just like that. It's looking a lot better to me. Okay, nice. Now let's get rid of this giant voxel that were inside. First, let's turn off our grid because we don't need that anymore. And we're going to go right here, and this is our fit model size. So I showed you what this does before. Whatever space we created inside our voxel is actually going to fit this whole entire thing around it, make it tight. Okay, so there we go. Now let's go to this mode, and we'll move this and bring it into the little mini bring it into the little mini nightclub we kind of created with the floors and the walls. Let's go to our render, and this is what we have so far. So it's a little dark in there, so what I want to do is to go back to our model, and let's bring them a little closer to the front. Actually, a lot closer to the front, something like that. We could see him a whole lot easier. So to see the face a little bit more, to try to fight against the shadow, I want to go to our model. Let's go to here, get our eyedropper tool. Let's click on his glasses, and we want to make his glasses a little lighter shade. So something like that. That's cool. Let's render it out. Looking nice. And now that we have the glasses color picked, we can actually look within our render as we're adding more shade into it, just to help bring in some more light. So this is really nice. All right, so now that we have that part, I want to introduce a little bit more light right in front of him. So we're going to create a sun. Okay, let's go to our model, go right here, and we're going to create another one. Let's move that right in front of our character. And I want to make this really, really small. So we're going to go right here, and this is where it gives us our dimensions. Okay, we're going to do 3, 3, and 3. And when I click enter, you're going to see this whole thing become a tiny cube. Okay, just like that. And I'm thinking I want to make it even smaller, so we'll do 1 for each. Just like that. And we're going to turn this cube into a sun. So let's go to this mode right here, bring it right here, kind of get it where we can manipulate where the light will come from. Awesome. Now that we have that, we're going to go back, and we want to give this cube some color. So let's open a new color, and let's go for white. And what we can do to fill this cube up really easy is just go here where you have your tools, make sure it's on all, and just do full. Now we have a white cube. Let's go to our render, go right here, put a mission on it, and let's push up our mission by a whole lot. So now you can see we're giving a sun to our character. And now we can just have it just like that. So I feel like we're adding a little too much emission. So let's push it down a little bit. And something like that works a lot. So we created a sun. What I want to do is I don't really want this to be all that noticeable. So we're actually going to move the sun out the way. Something like that. Let's actually see it. Let's give it some more emission since we moved it out the way. Something like that should work. And now this is what we have. It's working really nice. Next, I want to actually create a background color. So to do that, we're going to stay in render mode. And we have these right here, okay? If you notice, this is blue. We have blue here. This is what we created for our blue. So let's just mess with this and see if we can get a nice colorway. So we're looking really nice. Let's mess with our whites, which you'll see right here. This is our purple. Here's our whites. Give it a little bit of blue. You can touch our fog. Open that up a little bit. Bring in some fog. Push down our fog. It's a little too much. Let's do about 2.0. Make it a little lighter. Maybe even push it a little more. Bring down our fog a little more because it's a little overwhelming. So something like that works really well. Really enjoying what we created here. On the next part, I'm going to show you how to get this to look extremely HD. Okay, so let's get to that part.